Well, it looks like Ubisoft stock is continuing to plummet. Why is that? Because they have been making terrible choices for the last few months. Basically, this whole year, they had a huge drama with Star Wars Outlaws because the character is hideous and the actress of the main character is very pretty. And they ruined that woman just like a lot of developers are ruining women and making them ugly, making them look like men, making them look disgusting as possible because they hate beautiful women, and the women who are behind these games hate men, and they want to ruin what men like, which is beautiful women. And then you have Assassin's Creed Shadows, the most controversial game of the year. People waited a long time to have an Assassin's Creed game in Japan, and what does Ubisoft do? They make the main character a black man, when the character is supposed to represent the country. Assassin's Creed fans don't like it, and the Japanese hate that their history is being disrespected. And now their stock price is falling apart, and we have an article to look at from Inside Gaming. And the headline says, Ubisoft stock price drops another 7% amid shareholder uncertainty. Ubisoft stock prices have fallen another 7% amid shareholder uncertainty that the company isn't performing well enough. The stock price fall comes following a request from a certain minority shareholder at the company who has pressured Ubisoft to make the company go private or will use French minority law to collect enough shareholders to start a proxy fight and initiate a sales process. It's really that bad that they want to get rid of the leadership of the company, or the stock is falling apart. It makes sense, but they want to get it off the stock market. That's how much this company is taking, which I don't like the stock market anyway. It forces these companies to make stupid decisions that they may not want to make themselves, but they have to make the shareholders happy, and that usually means being as greedy as possible and pissing off your fan base in the process. And that was before all the ESG funding and stuff like that just tells these companies to make everything ugly, black, and gay. So the stock market is really garbage now. But let's continue. Just last week, Insider Gaming reported that XDefiant was at risk of losing much of its needed post-launch support after dwindling player numbers and following the release of a mild Star Wars Outlawed launch. Ubisoft's stock price fell to a near 10-year low. At the time of writing, its share price stands at 13.67 euros, a 51% decrease from this time last year. Yeah, they really fucked up. I'm praying for the downfall of this company. They have been doing nothing but buggy, broken slop. I know that's the majority of AAA, but Ubisoft is one of the worst of the worst. Their games genuinely do not work. They don't work. Star Wars Outlaws is a buggy, broken, unplayable mess. It is unacceptable that video games get released like this. And there was a bug that was destroying people's save files. So imagine you played the game, you got way far in the game, and your save file got wiped. Nobody's gonna be in the mood to play the game after they just lost everything. That kills the mood for the whole game. And there was a bug literally doing that for people who even bought that trash Star Wars Outlaws game. And this company has been like this for like a decade. The last really great game they made was like Far Cry 4. Far Cry 5 was a disgrace. Far Cry 6 was not as terrible as 5, but it was still bad. They don't do any Rayman anymore. I enjoyed Rayman a lot back in the day. They don't make it anymore. All they do is like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and that's pretty much it. Some other smaller things like XDefiant, which is literally just a ripoff of Call of Duty. Why would people buy that over Call of Duty? Seems like a huge waste of time. Just make something new instead of ripping something off, or revive one of your old franchises like Rayman. I just can't stand this AAA. All they do is just rip each other off. Why would you do something after somebody already became popular for doing it? You're always going to see it as a ripoff. So I am praying for the downfall of this company. But let's continue reading the article. The demand from the investor also requests a change of current management, including the request to hire a new CEO who will optimize the cost and studio structure for a more agile and competitive company as Ubisoft should be. Time and again, Ubisoft has continued to have misses with its launches these past few years, despite incredible games like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Player sentiment towards the publisher has seemingly been so tainted that fantastic games aren't getting the sales they need to turn the company's fortunes around. Ubisoft currently employs around 20,000 developers and is now valued at $1.89 billion. And that is pretty much it. They don't need 20,000 employees. No company in this industry needs 20,000 employees. They need like 5,000. Just lay off like 75% of the entire corporation, and I promise you, your games will not get any worse because they're not doing good anyway. They're terrible. So clearly, you didn't hire the right people. And that's what happens when you get invested with DEI and ESG and you hire terrible women to invade your company and ruin all your franchises. Back in the day, when you guys actually made good games, there were men in charge of those games. There were men making those games. And then there was a huge influx of women, and lo and behold, your company is shit. That's why my motto in life will always be women ruin everything. And I made a video talking about this a while back. You guys can watch it right here. Click on the top right corner. You're seeing the results of that. That's why this company is such in dire straits that they want to remove the company from the entire stock market. This company is fucked. They are falling apart. They need to do something, and they need to do it fast. Me personally, I would just say let this shit burn. Because if you make it go private, then what does that do? You're still gonna have the same people at the company, and I doubt they're gonna change anytime soon. I doubt all these directors are gonna stop being so fucking gay and weird. I doubt they're gonna bring back all the people who started all these legendary franchises, people who worked on the games back in the day. They could, but I doubt they have the intelligence to even want to do that or even decide to do that. They might try to just hire new people or something without hiring good people. And that is the problem. They don't see the problem with their games. They don't know that they don't need that much people. They don't know that their franchise is falling apart for whatever specific reason. Like Far Cry just doesn't have good content. They should have never left the formula of Far Cry 3 and 4 when it had a skill tree and its RPG mechanics. After that game, they didn't know what to do with that franchise. So I highly doubt whatever new person is going to come in and take over the company, if that does happen, I highly doubt they're going to have the nuance to actually play the games and know what went wrong and why it was originally good in the first place. They're never going to do that. These people are just empty suits. None of these CEOs on publicly traded companies actually consume their product. They just tell a bunch of other people to do it and just assume those people are going to do a good job. And when it doesn't happen, everybody's pissed off. The answer is so easy. Hire people who are passionate about your franchises. There's plenty of people out there, but you don't want to work with them. You'd rather work with women and gay people who didn't even earn the fucking job, who just gonna make everything black and gay and just ruin the opportunity to make the best Assassin's Creed game, an actual Assassin's Creed game in Japan, and ruin the opportunity to make an actual good Star Wars open world game, because we have not gotten anything like that. So it's just whatever. Gamers don't like Ubisoft, so I don't know if I really feel that bad for them. Hopefully the stock price continues to plummet. Hopefully this company goes bankrupt. They ain't worth that much anyway, so fuck them. And that's all I gotta say for this video. Ubisoft, go fuck yourself.